Well, how's it going today, guys? So, welcome to a getting cooler day. It's about 8 o'clock. Just got done running around like my head was freaking chopped off. Damn bug come out of freaking nowhere. So I gotta get rid of that. So, I finally got rid of all the trees down in the bush. Finally hauled them all away. Finally. Because I didn't have to worry about the hay. And so I guess I'll kind of show where there were some trees. There was one. This one fell down about a month ago. There was a big branch laying here. You can see I crushed all the grass and stuff with the tractor. So I got rid of that. There's another little one here, but he's off far enough that I'm probably not going to worry about it until next year. And I did also finally work the fucking trail. I'll tell you one thing though. Pulling trees works pretty good too as a dirt turner. Because from there to where the trees are at, after pulling all those trees, it was literally almost dirt. It pulled all the weeds out and everything, but then once you got past that, then it was all weedy. So I turned it all, and now what I should do, which I guess I almost probably could do, is come through here with another tree branch, smooth this dirt out, because I know that tree branches work pretty good. They smooth dirt out pretty good. They're like a damn harrow. So I'll have to find one. I don't really want to cut anything down. I guess I could. There goes some deer. So I don't know how far I'm going to walk, because it's just one more out. So I would have been done yesterday, but the damn tractor decided to throw a hissy fit again and decided to, I basically call it a runaway on the starter. The starter just kept spinning. So I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on, but I had to basically do an emergency shutdown on everything, and I had to disconnect the batteries. And another deer. So I guess I'm not quite as scary because I'm not on Big Red. I guess Big Red's louder. So I would have been done yesterday, but then the day before, like I said, it acted up, and I didn't know what to do. I thought it was the damn starter solenoid again being a dick. So then here's a deer. You're not very scared because I'm not on the four-wheeler. You act like I'm just another deer. Well, this is how I guess I could tame them. I guess if I should have brought a carrot, I guess, but fuck it. I got my knife if they come after me. So I had to do, like I said, an emergency shutdown, because then the starter just would have kept spinning and it would have burned up my starter. So then after that, I figured, okay, well, is it over? So I tried to hook up the battery again. I hooked up one of the batteries, and well, when I went to go hook up the second cable, it had a loud explosion, tons of arcing and just, madness. So that was telling me that the starter solenoid was still stuck open or stuck on, whatever. So that, because it was completing a circuit, so every time you tried to hook up the battery, then it would just immediately start arcing and exploding, because it's, you're demanding power instantly, and that's, I guess, pretty much hard on everything. So, but since there's very little computers in these things, you don't really hurt them. I mean, eventually you would hurt everything, but, I didn't stand there, bashing the damn wire on there. I just did like a love tap, just think real quick. Still enough to cause an arc. It's like, well, you're being a cunt. I'm walking away. So I walked away for the night. So then, yeah, here's where these 2 trees are at. These are the 2 trees I took down because they were in my way. I got another one that's in my way again, but so here and then further down, and you can see how too past that all the weeds, because that just got worked up with the cultivator, and this got beated up with the trees and the cultivator, so there's less crap down there. But I don't know. So I figured, well, I'll come back tomorrow, which would have been today. I was just trying to think on what I could do. I figured, well, I only got literally maybe 2 options. Hit it with a hammer, to start the solenoid, beat it, or I could take it out. But I didn't feel like taking it out because they were a pain in the ass to take out and put back in. So I beat it with a hammer. And I don't know if that's what caused it to go back to being normal again, or if it's just from sitting. But I was able to hook the batteries back up with no problems. So then that's why I hurried the fuck up and got done down here, and I pulled those trees, and then I worked the trail. So, but what a damn nightmare that was. But the hellish isn't over yet. So the TA is still broken. Now I think I found it on, would be pretty much like the driver's side of the transmission up at the top. I think that's it. So it's not broken down there on the top of the transmission. So if it ain't broken there, and if that is the correct part, which I'm sure it is, it's got to be broken up underneath the dash. So now I'm going to talk to my uncle. Maybe he'll feel like it tomorrow or not. I don't know if we're going to do it late in the evening. If he does help, we're going to tear the dash apart. It goes quicker when you got just 2 people helping you out. So we're going to rip that dash apart so I can see where that cable is, if it's broken there. If it's not broken there, then I'm going to pull on the wire, and maybe it's actually broken inside the cable somewhere. So yeah, but the hellish ain't over yet. I plugged the cultivator, by the way. Here's the mess of it. That can just rot. That's what happens when you got so much weeds and then you're trying to push your trail further back. So I ended up plugging it up, but whatever. So what else is wrong with the 1586? Maybe I'm just going insane. I don't know. I did get a little video of it, but I don't know how good it's going to turn out. But I'll play the video anyway. But hate to say it, but now I could be going insane. Maybe, I don't know. I've been known to go insane before, so could happen again. I think my turbo's taking a shit, because I mean it seems to whistle fine. It seems to spin fine until you shut it down, and then the turbo winds down. You can hear it grinding on something. So I don't know. I'm betting $100 that it's probably the turbo's finally taking a shit. Which I don't know. I don't know. The tractor's got close to 9,000 hours, but really that shouldn't be an issue yet. You would think. But you know what? The last owners that owned that tractor, probably even the owners before these last owners, I think they abused that tractor extremely, extremely hard. They chisel plowed with it. They ran that chisel plow just as deep as they ever could get it, which pretty much put the tractor at the boiling point, because the side of the hood, you know, is all baked. The paint's all baked off because of extreme heat. That's from extreme heat use. Which then also, here's the trail. Looks whatever. Cleaner. Now I just need to pull the tree across it and smooth it out. But yeah. So I don't know. I don't remember that turbo ever doing that noise before, so it obviously had to have just started. So it's usually when turbos, you know, shut off or they wind down from being run, they, well, they slowly slow down. They just don't come to a grinding halt because they're free turning. So, but I've never heard it make that type of a grinding sound on shutdown. So it really should just go from being a whistling to basically nothing. I mean, you'll hear it probably a little bit wind down, but that should just be the sound of the whistling. That should be just to be the turbo, you know. But this is not a whistling sound or anything. This is literally, it sounds like metal on metal. So I hate to fucking say it, but I don't think this is going to be a problem. I think that I can fix myself, because I think those bolts are just so fucking seized in there that you'd probably have to have a torch, and you'd probably have to heat them up to the point where they get cherry red, and you'd have to maybe try to back them out that way. Other than that, because then I guess you're drilling them out. But unfortunately, we don't have the tools to do that. So unless this turbo magically fixes itself, which I doubt will happen, it'll probably just keep getting worse. But I don't know what turbos cost. I thought they were like $300-400 new. You probably could get a used one somewhere, but why buy a used one when it could just blow out in another year? You might as well go straight to a brand new one, and at least you know that you'll be good for another 10,000 hours. You know, those turbos can last a long time. So, especially since now I'm the owner of it, and we're not going to be pushing it that hard. I mean, cutting hay, baling hay, moving hay, that's nothing for it. You know, these tractors were, especially these 1586s, that I think they were designed to be workhorses. They were designed to pull chisel plows, be earth movers. You know, they were designed to be just strictly tillage tractors. They're not meant to have an easy life. So, but it's going to have an easy life as long as I own it, because that's all I plan on ever doing with it. Bale hay, cut hay, move hay, snow blow with it in the wintertime when that time does come. Like, it's going to have an easy life. So it's not going to get beat. It's not going to get beated on like the last owners did. So, but I don't know. If it ain't one thing, it's 20. But I don't remember hearing that turbo earlier on in the year doing that. So, you know, it's got to be just a new problem. It's going to be this year will be the year of breaking the tractor multiple times in 1 year. So now I'm going to have to talk to the young guy, see if he'd be willing to help me with this, because I don't think this is something I can do, because we don't have the tools to do it. I mean, you think, okay, it's just some bolts. Unbolt it. But the problem is, I think those bolts are just beyond seized, because I think that turbo's original. And of course, the last fucktards push that tractor to its boiling point, you know, to the point where I'm pretty sure that Terrible was cherry red the time they were done with it. So, I mean, they used the tractor, you know, they did what they wanted to do with it, and at that time it was their tractor. And now it's mine. And now, yes, I did use my tractor in the past for tillage. And yes, I did pull a chisel plow with it. But you know what? That chisel plow was not going that deep. There's people that literally have their, what the hell's this? You know, whatever it is, it's been here for 1,000 years. It's just rusted. I thought it was a horseshoe, but I guess not. Whatever, you'll find all kinds of junk down here. But yeah, so what the hell's this now? Tree branch. Or a tree trying to grow. But yeah. So I will have to, unfortunately, when he comes and gets my cow, I don't know what I'll get for that cow, but that's what's going to have to be put towards to help pay for a Terrible. But there's not much I can do about it right now, so I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, tomorrow, me and my uncle will tear the dash apart, look at the TA cable, and then if it looks like, you know, we can replace it, then I'm going to go ahead and order one right away, and then we'll just at least fix that. And then the Terrible will just be whenever I can order one and whenever the young guy can help me with it. But unfortunately, I don't know when that'll be, because he's probably still busy haying. They did finally bail that ditch over there. They finally got all that bailed up. So unfortunately, it might be a wintertime project for us. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't really know what a Terrible costs because I haven't looked them up yet. So I'd imagine they're fairly pricey. I imagine at least $400. I don't know. I've never really looked into them. I've looked at them, but I never looked at them enough to make the prices stick in my head, because that wasn't a concern at the time. The TA cable is what was concerning at the time. So now I know the price of that. That'll be about $30 plus shipping and handling. So so if we can get the dash tore apart tomorrow, well then I guess I'll order the TA cable and we'll put it in. At least fix the damn TA problem. But I really can't run it, I don't think, too much with that Terrible like that, because that Terrible might just come flying apart at some point. I don't know. But you don't really hear anything though when it's running. Of course, the tractor engine is a little more powerful than the Terrible sound, but you can listen out the exhaust pipe. You can hear the Terrible out of there, and I hear it whistling fine. Like I don't hear it. Like I don't hear any grinding sounds coming out of the exhaust pipe. I don't hear any loud clanking or banging coming out of the exhaust pipe. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell to think, but I think the Terrible is on its way out the door. So I don't know. It's kind of a shit show, but I guess if I have to fuck with that Terrible this year, well then I shouldn't have to touch it again. Or, well, technically I shouldn't have to touch it for the rest of my life, because we won't be putting that many hours on it a year. So yeah. But what are you gonna do? It's a 40-plus-year-old tractor, and like AJ said, things are going to break. But you know what? This year has been... Yeah, I've been breaking a lot of shit on this tractor this year. Usually I only break something on it once a year. But nope. It's multiple times this year. And then I noticed that my taillights ain't working. Of course, that one was never working anyway because I think the bulb blew out. But my brand new LED one, that's not working. So I don't know what happened there. My work lights still seem to work. So I'm not really sure. But I honestly just don't feel like fucking with it because I'm just tired of it. So damn thing can just stay broke. Or whatever else wrong with it, it can just stay that way. Because now I got more problems. So, but yeah, I don't know if I can't, you know, because I doubt I'm going to be able to fix that turbo myself, because you're probably going to have to torch it up, and I don't know, I don't have that kind of stuff, so may have to talk to the young guy about it and see if he can come up with some kind of a game plan so we can get this thing in his shop to get the turbo torn off and get it replaced, if that's the problem. But I'm pretty freaking damn sure it is, because that's the only thing that's making a grinding sound, and that's where it sounds like it's coming from. So I think the turbo's pretty much fucked, or it's at least starting to head out the door. Well, I don't know, it never made noise before, so you know, it's definitely got to be a new problem. It's not something I really fucking needed this year, but hey, what are you gonna do? You know that when you're gonna possibly come into some money, which, you know, I'm going to be if I sell that cow, I don't get to keep that money. It's got to get spent into fixing my tractor. So, whatever. Well, at least tear the dash apart tomorrow, and then see what's wrong with that TA cable. And then once I figure that out, then I'll order one, and at least fix that, so we can at least, you know, somewhat move on with our day. But then after that, I don't know, because I don't dare. It's a little sketchy running it with that turbo like that, because turbos have been known to explode. So that's the last thing I need to do, is to have it come apart and it sends chunks of turbo into the engine block, and then I destroy the engine. So, but like I said, I don't know if you guys heard it in that video or not. Like I said, I'll play it there, but I don't know if you can hear it winding down, but you can hear it clicking, you know, like it's bouncing, and then just the turbo's grinding against something. So I don't know. Not really sure. That wouldn't be surprising if that's what's next to go out on that fucking thing. You know, if it's going to eventually become to a bigger problem. Eventually it's going to be the actual engine block. It's going to start having issues. And that's really something beyond what I can do. I mean, I guess the young guy would have no problem doing it. I imagine he's done that many times. Well, actually, I think he has. I think he said that many years ago he rebuilt the engine on his 1086. And that's when they also had to do the upgrades to it, and then I guess since he upgraded some parts on it, I guess it required it to be straight pipe, so that's why he had his 1086 straight pipe, because of what he was having done to it. So it had to be straight piped, and I guess in order for them to work right. So, but you know what, my tractors, I think, is still pretty much all original. So what are you gonna do? But I guess just take it one day at a time. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm kind of already looking forward for this year to be over with. It's just been kind of another disappointing year where I just can't really do much, and just, you know, just have one breakdown right after another. So I don't know, but I don't know. It's a shit show, but what can you do? So, anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. I'm going to head home and I guess do a couple things there and then call her a day, because my day's about done. So yeah, anyways, guys, I guess I'm gonna take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.